Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I really appreciate you guys being patient and waiting on me. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the comments, likes, and subscriptions. Okay, so here I have a cabochon that I made from a custom order. Had some leftover, so I just made some like cabochons and stuff. And I am taking Gilder's paste to the piece of clay that I cut out with a template, which you'll see me do in a minute. So I'm just, oh, and by the way, I got this texture from a piece of faux leather, and I just put the clay on there and roll over it with the roller, and it comes out nice. And so here I have some scrap clay rolled out on a number 2 for my back, and then I'm just going over it with some 120 grit sandpaper, and this is Pendant sandpaper from Amazon. It's a really good sandpaper. I really like it. And I think there was something in the clay and I couldn't get it out, so that's okay. Then here's the template I cut out. And I got the idea from a necklace that I saw, Crafty Emporium on Facebook. Okay, and so here's the back, and then I'm just smoothing it out a little bit before I put the top piece on. Then I'm going to use some bronze liquid clay, only because it was right there, and also you can't see it, so. Let me know if you guys like these sort of videos where they're voiced over and kind of sped up. The only reason why I did this time is because while I was editing the videos, it messed up some of the video, so I had to do it this way. So let me know. And here I am. I made a bezel for the cabochon from putty mold that I have. I just pressed a bead string down in it and then pushed my clay down in it and came up with that. And then I used some silver gray mica powder on it, and here I am wrapping it around the cabochon. And because of the texture on it, you couldn't see the seams at all, so I was happy with that. And I'm just making sure it's lined up. There we go. I think I nicked it a little bit or something, so I went over it again. And here I am making the, I don't know if it's a leaf or feather, but I press it out of the mold. And because of the way I had to edit the video, it cut some of the picture or some of it out, so I apologize for that. And so you just press it down in the mold and then cut it out with the blade, the best that you can. And then here I show you guys how to make these swirls. You just cut in the middle, or start your cut in the middle and angle it and cut a sliver off, and then roll it backwards from where you cut the sliver, and it'll make it a real tight swirl. And you just roll it between your finger, push it with your first finger, and then push it forward with your thumb. And then I have this deep velvet, I believe it's called, metallic paint from Art Alchemy, and I'm just going across it with the paintbrush like I would mica powder or Gilder's paste. I didn't paint like all the way down, just over the top, just the surface, because I was trying to get the purple to come through and then just have the silver barely on top of it. I mean, it came out a little bit, but not like I wanted it to. I think I put a little too much of the silver, but that's okay. I'm trying to stay away from using silver or Gilder's wax only. It's hard though, because mica powder just doesn't give me the look that I want. I also pressed out some roses in the mold, but it cut it out, so I could show that in another one if you guys remind me. Then I'm using some silver gray mica powder just over the swirls and the roses. I actually paint the roses first with that purple color. And here I am, I'm just gluing them on there with some Sculpey translucent. And yeah, here I am putting the purple. And I did it the same way. I just barely over the surface. Okay, so here I'm using some silver gray mica powder just over the surface again with a soft tool. I really love these soft tools. I actually ordered me some more from Amazon. They came today. And I'm also putting the silver gray over the leaf. Here I have some rhinestones, and I just put some liquid clay on the back and push them down into the rose really well, and they will stay. You'll have no issues if you end up doing that. Okay, so here I extruded some Sculpey Souffle poppy seed and into a rope, and it's gonna go at the top like I showed. And then I took my bail loopers or looping pliers and made some jump rings on the second the second one over, and then I cut them in half and pushed them down into the rope. But I didn't like that, so I took them out and I laid them like at an angle, and you'll see it. And here I am adding some Gilder's wax, silver Gilder's wax. And like I said, I just barely brushed over the surface. And I used liquid Sculpey translucent again to glue the rope to the top of the necklace, or the pendant. I'm really proud of myself. I did this from scratch. I didn't practice, nothing. I just went with it, and I have not made anything like this before. It's not perfect, but it turned out pretty good. Of course, I'm going to give it another try, because now I know what to do. Oh, and here I took my silicone tool, and between the jump rings, from where I pushed them down in there, some of it got distorted, the clay did, so I just smoothed it out with the silicone tool, and they're perfect. And then I'm adding the silver gray mica again. And I added all over it, even between the jump rings. Yeah, and then you'll see I even added some jump rings on the end. I used liquid clay and I pushed them down in there really well, and they're on there still. As long as you bond the metal into the clay, like push it down into the clay, it will stay. And then you just, use the liquid clay as added protection, and it works. I've not had any issues. And here I am just pushing the rope against the top. And then I extruded some string and added to the bottom and the top of the rope with liquid Sculpey. And then I end up using the silver gray mica powder on them too. And I like to, when I'm using this soft tool and I'm using mica powder, I'll dip it into like the bag or whatever, and then I'll tap it onto my tile because I don't want to get like a splotch or a big bunch of it in one area, and that really works as well. So here I have a little gemstone. I can't remember what it's called or where I got it. I think Etsy. And I rolled out some Sculpey Souffle Poppy Seed again into a ball, and then just pushed the gemstone down in to make a bezel. And I pointed out there's a line at the bottom that's in the actual gemstone, and it makes it look uneven, but it's not. So then I took the thin extruder disc and extruded a piece for the bezel, or the border, I'm sorry, of the pendant. And then I realized it would be faster just to put it on the actual piece instead of trying to go down the piece of clay. And then I just going around smoothing it. And I'm sorry that the editing cut out a piece of the video or half of the picture. I apologize. I'm learning how to do this, so stick with me, guys. Be patient. Thank you. I appreciate it. And here I am getting ready to put the rivets in. And I don't know the sizes, but I will link them in the description box. It's really easy to link your stuff from Amazon. And then I just use my acrylic block to push it down in there. And then there I'm showing gluing on the jump rings. Okay, here it is, guys. Let me know what you think. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see next. I'm going to try to get 2 videos up a week. Have a great day.